Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And we have to talk about it. Okay, so news has just come through that Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou is set. Okay, so here it is, and I've seen it confirmed elsewhere by a very reliable source, someone very well connected. The news is that Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou is now a done deal. Okay, so it's official, signed and sealed. It's going to be a 10-round boxing match to take place in Saudi Arabia. His Excellency has confirmed this. Okay, so it's been confirmed by His Excellency also. Okay, I didn't know that. That puts a stamp on it. The date is to be confirmed at a press conference in London this month. OMG. We saw it as a possibility, but I think most people, myself included, thought that the most likely matchup for Anthony Joshua was going to be Filip Hrgovic. But it was not to be, because His Excellency had bigger plans. Bigger plans. You say, well, is this a bigger fight? Well, commercially, absolutely. Filip Hrgovic's profile is not what you'd call high. Hasn't got a high profile, kind of low-key cat, mellow within himself, heavy-handed, but doesn't have the name of a Francis Ngannou. Not only the name, but the imposing stature. He's a big cat, but there's something different. There's something different about Ngannou. He carries a rawness on the face of it. But then when you dig deeper, he's a man who clearly is about the technique and learning good technique. The opposite of the guy we thought we were going to see, opposite Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Now that's a guy who shuns technique. He shuns development. He shuns learning. His arrogance prevents him from learning. Of course, we're talking about Deontay Wilder, but this is a different kettle of fish. This cat here, Francis Ngannou, different kettle of fish. He came in against Tyson Fury. I'm an MMA guy myself, and so I know all about Francis. And even me, I only expected Francis to go out there with a puncher's chance, swing for the fences, hope for the best, and probably get exhausted by round 4 or 5 and get picked off by Tyson Fury. That's what I thought was going to happen. Of course, that is not what happened. Francis Ngannou put the big Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, on his ass. My personal scorecard, I had it as a draw. And I thought, no, it can't be a draw. This is the big Gypsy King, surely not. Maybe it's a point in the Gypsy King's favour. And I thought, no, my honest opinion was that it was a draw. So Francis Ngannou, the higher profile cat, will be the one to step in against Anthony Joshua. It's understandable. The Saudis want big fights because they're taking care of the entertainment aspects of the sport. In a Joshua versus, or rather an Ngannou versus Fury, and now an Ngannou versus Joshua. They're putting on those entertaining fights, but they're also putting on the fights for undisputed. They got all bases covered. And then, as if that wasn't good enough, it also appears that Deontay Wilder, after his absolutely abysmal performance last time, is getting the second bite of the cherry. And he's going in against none other than the big banging Chinaman, Zhilei Zhang. So they reportedly could return on the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. And, I say the undercard, and this is something which is burnt at the heart of Deontay Wilder. And now he's on the undercard of an Anthony Joshua card. It's burnt, it's rankled with him, being an underling to Anthony Joshua. But there it is, or here it is, 2 times in a row. But I think the thing with Deontay Wilder is that now it's all about the money. And it probably has always been all about the money. But now it's just clear and unambiguous. He got beat by Joseph Parker, and instead of talking about rematching Joseph Parker and getting the win back, he wasn't interested in that. No interest in a rematch. He just wants to go on to Anthony Joshua. And there is much suspicion that the reason behind that is a financial one. So is Deontay Wilder only in it for the money now? He missed out on the 100 million plus his own deal when he got talked out of it by Al Heyman and Shelley Finkel. Got Lou DiBilla fired for having the audacity to bring Deontay Wilder such a good deal. Al Heyman never worked with him again, never forgave him. But yeah, so Wilder looks like he may be making a return, and the fight looks like it's going to be on Friday the 8th as opposed to Saturday the 9th. I look forward to that. And it's claimed that Wilder and Zhang could fight each other or appear in separate fights. But fighting each other, now that would be something. That would be something to see the bronze bomber up against the big banging Chinaman Zhilei Zhang. So there you have it. Anthony Joshua is back with a bang against Francis Ngannou, ex-UFC heavyweight champion. He left the UFC as the champion in search of a better deal and better compensation for his services. People said he was mad. People said he'd shot himself in the foot, in both feet. But now, in his first fight in boxing, he made more in that fight than he'd made in his entire UFC career or MMA career. And now in his second fight in boxing, he might even double that. In fact, I think he will double that. He got 10 mil reportedly for the Fury fight, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was getting 20 for this. So how much more is he being paid in boxing as opposed to fighting under the UFC banner, organization which is known to pay the smallest percentage of profits of any major sport? So it looks like Francis Ngannou has done well for himself. Of course, the outcome of this fight is going to bring up comparisons with Tyson Fury, another common opponent with Tyson Fury for Joshua. And remember, I advocated that Joshua do this with Deontay Wilder. I advocated a long time ago that he pick off some of Deontay Wilder's ex-fights so he could get some comparisons. But of course, he was the unified champion, and his mandatory situation didn't allow for that. But here we have it, an exciting fight. Who's the favourite? Joshua is going to be the favourite. Comparisons are going to be made with Tyson Fury. But Francis Ngannou is sitting laughing somewhere, saying, "Oh, you think this is going to be easy night for Anthony? Well, I suggest you tune in." Okay, what say you? It's the Saudis making things happen, bringing the fights that others could not make. What say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'm out.